Happy 4th of July. Welcome back, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Been a while since I uploaded a video. Been watching all the games. It's been an exciting round of 32. Real quick, want to go over some of the games that I did my last video on. Um, Unfortunately, I was wrong on a few games. So I remember I put Germany beating Paraguay. Unfortunately, for Germany, they lost. They lost on pens. Paraguay really held their ground and won on penalties. Good for. I'm really happy for Paraguay, but unfortunate for Germany. Next, we had France beating Sweden. That was very straightforward, and I think that was that was a good prediction. Canada beating South Africa. Had that. Um, Canada was playing Morocco today. We have Morocco beating the Netherlands. Unfortunately, this game could have went either way, but I do think I went with the Netherlands here. Morocco's playing Canada. I think overall that the Netherlands or Morocco can beat Canada pretty confidently. So we'll talk about that in a bit. The other game I had Portugal beating Croatia. They just barely beat them, but they did beat them. I had that right. Spain beating Austria, very good game for Spain. They've dominated Austria. I don't think there's anything wrong with them in that game. And they are playing Portugal. USA beating Bosnia, same thing. Unfortunate for the red card in that game. Florian Balogun, I don't think that was a red card, but unfortunately he does get it, and they do have um, to deal with him not being in the next game. But the United States moves on and plays Belgium. This game also could have went both ways, and unfortunately Senegal kind of choked it a little bit, even though they did lose on that controversial penalty at the end. Is it a pen? Is it not a pen? I think it was a pen. Belgium is gonna be the happier of the two, and they play the United States. On the other side, had Brazil beating Japan. Closer game than I thought. Japan really played well, but Brazil was just the better team. Norway beating the Ivory Coast could have won both ways, but Norway and Holland were just too much for the Ivory Coast. Mexico beating Ecuador. This was a bit of an upset for me in terms of me being Ecuadorian, but the Ecuador team didn't really deserve to win that game. They played probably their worst game out of all the games they played in this World Cup. Unfortunately, they're out. Mexico moves on to play England, who had also a scare. The DR Congo scored, and England was a bit it was in a bit of trouble. England did come back. Harry Kane, I think, with the 2 goals, and they play Mexico in the Azteca next game. Argentina playing Cape Verde. What a game! What an absolute game! Did not think it would go to extra time. Did not think Cape Verde would score twice to come back twice and really push Argentina into the extra time. I believe that it would have been great to see them go to penalties and really put the pressure on Argentina, but um, tough win. A lot of respect for Cape Verde as they are eliminated, but great game. Egypt beats Australia. I had that as well. So pretty straightforward game. Egypt was the better side. Australia didn't do as much as I thought they would to disrupt Egypt, and they are out. Next up, Switzerland versus Algeria. I was leaning towards Switzerland on this one, if I remember correctly, and it kind of happened. Algeria didn't play as well. They lost 2-0, I believe, and it was a straightforward game. Colombia beating Ghana 1-0. I think that game could have been much more. Uh, Colombia needs to work on their finishing a little bit because they should be winning these games a little bit more, by a few more goals. But they've just been unfortunate with offsides and just not being able to be as clinical as they should be. Now, for the rest of the video, we're going to correct our mistakes and we're going to put on the rest of the bracket. So we'll start on the left side. I have France, of course, beating Paraguay. I know Paraguay upset Germany, but I don't think that'll happen twice. If it does, I will throw a party because that's insane. Next, I have Morocco beating Canada. As we're filming this, the game is currently 0-0. Next, we have Portugal, Spain. Now, this is a tough one because Portugal has not been that good, but whenever they do play Spain, this is a rivalry game and they play much better. This will be a closer game than we think, but I do think Spain will end Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup and Portugal's World Cup. United States, Belgium. This is tough now without Florian Balogun. The United States has to depend on either Pepe or Haji Wright. So this will be a bit difficult. I don't know if they can pull it off. This is a big hurdle for them. Belgium is not an easy team. They came back against Senegal. They can create some momentum, but I know that Belgium is also heavily dependent on two very older players in Lukaku and De Bruyne. It's a tough one. The United States, if they would have played Senegal here, I would have said Senegal would have won easily. But here with Belgium, they can't handle maybe the athleticism and pace of the United States as much. It's a tough one. I'm still going to go with the United States. I think they just have enough to win. They will lose to Spain in the next round, but I think they can make it to the quarterfinals. Next up, we have Brazil Norway. I would love to see the battle between Gabriel and Holland, the Arsenal Man City connection there. Um, I would love to see that battle. Um, the thing is, Norway doesn't have the defense. Brazil is more well-rounded. If 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 Brazil can control Holland to an extent, I think this will be a straightforward Brazil game. If they are unable to control him, then this game will be a lot closer. There will be a few goals, I think, in this game, just because Norway is not a strong defensive team, and I think they've let in goals every single game they played. So I'm going with Brazil. Next up, Mexico and England. They are playing in Mexico City. This is a big advantage for the Mexican team. But do I think that's enough to equalize the gap in talent and gap in ability? No. I think England will beat Mexico. And I think that'll be it for them. That was one of the host nations. There might be an upset, but I really doubt it. England is the better team. I don't think England will win the World Cup, but I do believe they're good enough to make it to the quarterfinals. Next up is Argentina, Egypt. Worrying sign seeing how they played against Cape Verde. It maybe gives inspiration to Egypt, but Egypt is not that type of team, I think, like Cape Verde was. I think Argentina will still win, even though Cape Verde put them an immense amount of stress and pressure. I think Argentina still was the better team in terms of they just have too much talent. It's difficult. It's unfortunate, but I think they'll beat Egypt. So chilling Colombia. This is a tough game. This is a European side, a very organized side. Colombia has did beat a great European side in Portugal, but I think Switzerland is a little bit more organized and a little bit better coached than Portugal. I'd love to see their strategy in terms of what they'll do. If Switzerland can handle the high intensity that Colombia puts out, as well as the creativity, how they'll do containing two of their best players in Luis Diaz and James Rodriguez. Uh, we'll see. Switzerland also has some pretty good players too. Um, Real Mbolo has been a part of that setup for a long time, and he's been solid. I think he's gotten a goal or assist in every game so far in this World Cup. Um, so it's going to be interesting. I definitely think so. And Manzambi has been really good this World Cup. He's been exciting to watch. I really like him, and I think he deserves a move somewhere else, probably potentially. Vargas is also a live wire in every game. You'll never know what to expect from him, and he's been decent. So, with saying all this, I think I'm going to edge it for Colombia. I think Colombia just will be the better team. It really depends if they can finish and really score those goals, because this will be a tough team, and both teams will be fighting for it. If Colombia can put away their chances, they'll win. If they are unable to, I think Switzerland will win. All right. Next up, France, Morocco. So this is a tough one. This will be France's real first test, I think. Real tough game. I think France. It's just I can't see that team losing. I just don't see it. I just see them winning the World Cup, and I see them, or at least getting to the final. I just see them as favorites. I don't see them losing against Morocco. Morocco's right now currently struggling against Canada, which is crazy. So, yeah, there you go. It'd be a shock if I were to see a Canada-France uh, quarterfinal. All right, so and then between Spain and United States, unfortunately, this is it for the United States. I think this is where their dream ends, and I'm putting Spain up. Brazil, England, both teams are solid, very good. A lot of Brazilian players playing in the Premier League. I think Brazil. It really depends what Brazil comes out. You never know. They're so inconsistent when it comes to their performances. Sometimes they look creative and good on the attack, and other times they look lackluster. England has similar issues too. If it wasn't for Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham, that team would be the most average team in this tournament. Just bang average. They're heavily dependent on some of those superstars, and they also lack some of the creativity coming off the bench. Madueke, Anthony Gordon, Rashford, Saka, they I think have been not that good for the level of talent that they have. They haven't been as good as they should be. As such, I am going with Brazil here. Next up, Argentina, Colombia. I think this will be an amazing game to watch. I don't know who will win. This could go both ways. You know, surprisingly, I don't see either one really losing. This will be a close one. I'm going to go Argentina. The last two games, we have France, Spain. Two amazing sides. I think Spain is getting better as the tournament progresses. I think this will be an amazing game as well. I'm actually, I can see a little bit of an upset here. I think that Spain could pull it off if France is not at 100% in terms of the way they play. But I won't let my heart to guide me here. I'm going to go France. And then we have Brazil, Argentina. Like I said in the original, I think this will repeat the last World Cup's final, and I think France will take it. And third place will go to Spain. Let's see how these predictions work out. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave some comments. I'm always open to hearing what you guys have to say. All right, happy 4th of July, and I'll see you, everybody.